Hello, everyone, and thank you again for joining me tonight. I have to first uh, let me make sure I have muted everyone because to just lessen the. All right, we can start soon. All right, this is my PowerPoint, and let me play it, and we'll start. Thank you again for coming and or attending this webinar tonight. As I mentioned earlier, I have a lot of interest of this type of webinar that they were not able to make it here live, and that just makes me such very glad because people now are looking really at what they have at home, ingredients of their cleaners at home, and how to make our home safer using natural natural remedies and recipes. So prepare for screenshot if you like screenshots. If not, again, I mentioned that you can access this webinar later. Okay. Now, first, I just want to introduce myself. I'm Elaine Dupuy. I'm a mom, and I'm also a physical therapist. Before I would like to go into deeper information on the cleaning with essential oils, I just want to read this disclaimer that I am not a doctor. I'm simply an educator. I share what I've learned and studied on lectures and personal experience. And the information presented is not meant to diagnose or treat any medical condition. I would encourage you all to consult your doctor as needed, and also we're going to give you a lot of tips about how to just empower yourself and educate yourself. Now, I I kind of branded my doTERRA business as Therapy Oils because it reflects what I do. I'm a physical therapist, and doTERRA has the purest oil in the world. All right, so we can start. Okay, now I would start first with toxin. Okay, the definition of toxin is are any materials that can cause death, disease, or birth defects in organisms that ingest or absorb them. The quantities and exposures necessary to cause this effect can vary widely, and the toxin will get into our system, by our inhalation, breathing it in, taking it in, eating, and absorption, our skin. All right, and then now these are just a small list of things to avoid. I would, probably some of the ingredients that I see on the market in the labels too. Sometimes I cannot pronounce them, but just to give a highlight of some of the more common toxins out there that is part of our cleaning supplies, our commercial cleaning supplies, are chlorine. It will actually cause respiratory toxicity and hormone inhibitor. So, and also the acetyl ketone is a neurotoxic. So neuro is nerve. It's toxic to our nerve, also including the methyl, and the N-hexene is a neurotoxin. And look at the next description on that. It thins your myelin sheath. So your myelin sheath actually is a protective coating on your neurotoxins. And I see damage in the myelin sheath a lot with people with MS. And so when they do move, you see their movement very, uncontrolled. They don't, because there's less connection on the nerve transmission of information to the muscle. So these ingredients, again, are neurotoxic. There's also a toluene. It's a respiratory toxicity. It gives another neurotoxic. And so on. Fluorocarbon, respiratory toxicity. Loramide is a carcinogenic, and DEA is carcinogenic. So this just gives you just a very small list. There's actually an act that was passed, has been in since 1970s, that 60,000 chemicals was grandfathered in, and that has not been updated since then. So how much more do we have? And it's not really regulated. So the next slide is we have about over 100,000 children under the age of 6 are sick and or die from poisons in household cleaners every year. Why is that? Again, we just read a little bit of the some of the ingredients that I mentioned, and these are cause toxicity. And also toxic household cleaners causes over about 7 million poison each year. Now, Americans spend over $5 billion a year on cleaning products, with the average household spends close to $700 a year on just cleaning products alone. All right, I just want to mention aerosol. So you see this a lot in our the bathrooms. I have this at my work, and it's just this is very dangerous, because aerosol cleaners and some of the substance in the air freshener are linked to cancer and hormone destructors. So have you ever wondered what causes your headaches if you're around them? Have you experienced your children having asthma attack, or unknown a rash to the skin, or skin irritation? I mean, look at these chemicals. Look at the labels. I think if you forget what I said and probably one of the things that I would encourage all you guys to do is read the labels in your cleaning products, or whatever you even take, or food. So we're focusing on cleaning products right now for our homes. So these chemicals also can cause symptoms like headaches, rashes, dizziness, migraine, asthma attack, mental confusion, coughing, and more. So a study from Environmental Health Agency found that women who use more household cleaning products, including air fresheners and mold removers, have a 2% higher risk of breast cancer. Many aerosol air fresheners contain toxic chemicals, which has been linked to birth defects and cause reproductive harm. So there's a Natural Defense Council. They found that hormone disrupting compounds in 12 out of 14 air fresheners, and none of this product lists toxic chemicals on their labels. So again, highly recommend to not use synthetic fragrances, air freshener, particularly aerosol spray bottle, because aerosol spray bottles or sprayers produce more tiny droplets that are easily inhaled and absorbed into the body, and their pollutants usually they are butane or propane, and it is an inflammable substance. So fragrances can provoke asthmatic and allergic reaction to sensitive individual. And also there's a research in Bristol University cautioning in using aerosol after finding that they might be making pregnant women and children sick. In their study of about 15,000 pregnant women, they found that homes where aerosol and air fresheners were used frequently, mothers suffered about 25% more headaches, 19% more depression, and infants under 6 had 30% ear infection and 22% higher incident of diarrhea. So really very, very caution. Look at labels. And this is one of the things possible. I'm very familiar, bleach, and I actually just had I had done emotions and fragrances, how when it hits our nasal cavity, and it really taps into your memory, and all this time we associate the smell of bleach as clean. So let's read this and really truly study what bleach is. Okay, so bleach is particularly harmful to infants, young children, and pets because of their immune system that they cannot fight it off, thus these harsh chemicals. So exposure to bleach can irritate the nose, eyes, skin, and lungs, Serious side effects of using bleach can include respiratory problems, skin burns, damage to the nervous system, asthma flares, extreme headaches, migraines, and vomiting. The most serious hazard of bleach to our body is that when mixed with ammonia, vinegar, or any other acidic type cleaning material, it can cause dangerous toxic fumes to be emitted into the air. And I know somebody had that experience. He said that the air, it gave up fumes, and it was like, I think it's green color. So these toxins can cause serious, sometimes deadly side effects when inhaled. So bleach is toxic to people, animals, and our environment. So we have to really, get out of our a box of like, okay, the smell of bleach is clean. It's not. It's a toxic chemical. And one of the things too, because I'm right now I'm still working in the rehab, as a home care physical therapist. And before I was in a rehab center where I have to use, before doTERRA. This is before August 2013. I used the hand cleaners at my work because I thought that, that was I need that because I see a lot of people that has infections, and I kind of like associate those hand cleaners as protecting me. And as I continue to use it, I develop hormonal problems. And I know it, aside from diet, and I know that exposure to the hand cream, hand sanitizers, look at your alcohol sanitizers. It has mimickers of our hormone mimickers, so it will really imbalance your hormones. And I think triclosan is one of the chemicals that was put there, and the state of Minnesota actually banned that now. So really get yourself educated, look at these chemicals. All right, now our homes are about 2 to 5 times more toxic than outdoors. Many of the pollutants come obviously from our chemical compounds that we have in the home, from these cleaners. So less than 2% of the 80,000 chemical in cleaning products have been tested in human health. So the typical home has about 63 hazardous products that together contain hundreds of different chemicals. All right, so as we, and this is what I'm just impressed with doTERRA, because it is not just an essential oil company, it is actually a wellness company that we can use these oils to not just improve what's coming into our body, also what's in our environment, in our homes. All right. Now, stay-at-home moms is about 50% higher risk of cancer, again, because of the exposure to the toxins in the home from these cleaning products and chemicals. All right. Now, this is really got to think about new moms, or if you're a grandma, babies. Their breathing zone is about less than 2 feet above the ground, and how much that type of chemicals that we use sprayers on our floor to make it shiny, and just think about it. Adults breathing zone is about 4 to 6 inches above ground. So especially if we have little ones or if we have pets, they will inhale or even lick those chemicals on them, and it can be deadly and toxic. Now, poison control facts. The source is CDC, that the American Association of Poison Control Center reports about 90% of poisonings happen at home. Medicines, you'll have your household cleaners, pesticides are the top of the list of the offenders. About children age 5 and under make up to more than 51% of all poison exposures. U.S. Poison Center receive about 1 call every 12.7 seconds. So about nearly 83% of the poison exposures are unintentional. So this is from CDC. All right, danger, danger. Really look at our cabinet. And the household product counts about 8.6% of all the poisons, just to make sure you know that. Okay. Now, I don't know how many of you have heard of Simple Green. Okay, it's an all-purpose cleaner. They It's labeled non-toxic, and it's biodegradable in their front. It's green in its front label right there, and it contains butoxetanol, a solvent absorbed through the skin that damages red blood cell and irritates skin. This is a scent blend of alcohol, ethoxylate, sulfactants. Some members of the chemical family are banned even in the European Union. So you think that just because it says all-purpose, green cleaning, non-toxic, read the labels, okay? And then the worst of these is that the companies in their website, they actually instruct this as to dilute the product significantly, even the heaviest cleaning task. But yet, look at how it comes. It comes in a sprayer. It's a full-strength sprayer. So, and this will cause higher exposure. So really be careful out there. And then, what was I was kind of trying to think about. Okay, I'll probably remember that. Remember something a little bit later. So, just because it says green, don't settle for that. And one of the things now I remember, one of the things too happened to our home because my husband has autoimmune disease. He is very sensitive to chemicals. We actually stopped wearing what they call perfumes for about 10 years now, because every time I wear something, he gets a headache. So he's really kind of a good indicator. Okay, if it's good, will this bother you? And he said that gives me a headache. So we stopped using it. And the more it's been a challenge for us to find really good cleaners out there. I'm just glad to have doTERRA. So I'm gonna give you more recipes in a bit. Mop and Glow Multi-Surface Floor Cleaner is the next one. So it contains DEGME. It's also called, I couldn't pronounce that, methocydylglycol. So it's up to 15 times the concentrated allowed-in cleaner sold in the European Union. So why is it like that? They allow it here, but in other countries they have a limitation. So the United Nations Economic Commission for Europe says this DEGME is suspected of damage the unborn child. This product is also sold in a Mop and Glow Triple Action Floor Shine. Again, we will look at the people that are pregnant, and we need to educate our loved ones to just look at these chemicals. All right, and the next one is, we are familiar with the Ajax, Dynamo, Fab Ultra Liquid Detergent. This contains, this one, when I read this, I almost like, what, formaldehyde? Or also known as formalin. So, and it is a carcinogenic. I remember this type of smell because being a PT, we have to, study cadavers for anatomy, and that really irritates my smell. And you kind of this is for embalming a person. So formaldehyde is used in this product, and it can cause asthma, allergies, and the company divulged the presence of formaldehyde in the product only on technical disclosure for workers. So even though it's not there written, but it is there. So research. So again, when I mentioned that we have really limited now, since about 15 years ago, we started kind of, cleaning out our closet because of just the chemicals that my husband has having reaction. So I don't own this Lysol, by the way. This is a friend of mine, and I was like, oh, you're using that, can I take a picture? So very nice picture on the front. You have your lemon breeze scent, and it tells you that it's disinfectant. It will kill 99.9% of germs. It doesn't say bacteria or germs, and it kills your good bacteria too. And then, all right, but this is the part that I really want you guys to pay attention. So in the back, and there's a precautionary statement right next to it. Some of you might not be able to see that, but let me just expound on that. It says hazards to humans and domestic animals. So it's a hazard to us and to our pets. Not only that, you go to the contact number, and it says here there's a telephone number there that actually directs you to the poison control, I think. Yeah. So have the product container or label with you, and it tells you that. And when calling a poison control center or doctor or going for treatment. Why? That should be our question. Why? All right. So you have, we got to be proactive to our home. So I'm sorry I'm starting to such a depressing news, but guess what? We have doTERRA, right? Yippee! So let's, now tonight's presentation is on essential oils cleaning using doTERRA products. Okay? Why go natural? Obviously, we already addressed that. There's a lot of toxic chemicals out there, and which is hazardous to our health, and it contributes to an indoor air pollution, poisonous when ingested and inhaled, very harmful to our skin. Especially our skin has the biggest, our biggest or largest organ, and it will, you know, the same as us, our essential oil that comes into our skin, the same thing, the toxin just comes into the skin. All right, and these are all what will happen if you have the toxicity. And for those who are new to essential oil, let me just really give you a brief introduction. So essential oils are actually aromatic compounds extracted from plants. And if you look outside, you know, your plant doesn't need to be tending a lot. You might need to water them, but the doctor doesn't have to visit every 6 months because it keeps itself healthy because of the oils that it has. And all right, and then essential oils, the essential oils are, again, are 50 to 70 times more powerful than herbs because it's very concentrated. Specifically, also like the doTERRA CPT pure oils, and it has been used in ancient cultures. Oh, let me go back to that quickly. I'm sorry. Go back to this slide because I want you to just look at this is a peppermint plant. You zoom it in. That's your peppermint essential oil. Now, this slide as always excites me because in being in the medical field, I, you know, really for our cell, how doTERRA or this doTERRA essential oil really affects our cell in our body and in a very fast way. And so, because essential oils are friendly to a lipophilic membrane, so if in our cell here there's a membrane around it, it's actually the brain of the membrane because not everything comes in. So like for example, if you have a virus right in the middle, right there, it stays inside the cell. That's why if you go to the doctor, if you have a virus, and the doctor will say like just have your body, you just rest and just go through, you know, just get it through your system because the antibiotic will not be, you know, it's water soluble and it's not effective on killing the virus inside. Well, the antibiotic can kill the bacteria because it's outside. But we have essential oil that actually penetrates to our cell membrane, which is very exciting. Now, certified pure therapeutic grade are verified pure. It's beyond organic. They are free of pesticides and contaminants. They are plant sourced in native origin. I think this is also what I'm very excited about. Not only that, it's not tested by doTERRA, but it's tested by a third-party testing. It goes through very vigorous testing. So if you look at this pie chart, the gray one is your synthetic. This is the essential oil production in the world. Food grade will be your green. Therapeutic grade is purple. So, and the smallest amount, section there is your certified pure therapeutic grade. Although, just be careful. Again, if you look at essential oils and other brands, look at what the ingredient. They might say 100%, but look at how the application is, and you'll be surprised. The application. I have 4 essential oil from different companies because I just want to compare. And all of them says, aromatic only. You can even put it on your skin, so that should give you a red flag. Now, application of essential oils by aromatic, diffusing it on the air to purify the air. Topical, apply it directly on the skin, and internal. And I will only be vouching for doTERRA to do the oils internally, and it has supplemental labels if you'll be able to take it internally. And just call the customer service if you have any questions, or people that that uses doTERRA. All right, I just want to just briefly give the information on how to use them, because we have a lot of recipes that I'm going to show you. So it's natural, safe for pets environment. It is very effective and inexpensive. So this is price per drop, a comparison. So your 15 milliliter bottle is about 250 drops. And you see the recipes here that I'm going to be sharing. It might just tells you about 5 to 10 drops. For example, lemon. So you might spend about 40 cents of lemon, or $1 worth of lemon oil in your mix. So, and the bottle goes a long way. All right. Now, how effective it is. This is an excellent slide. Just to give you a brief, like a listing. Antibacterial oils. You got your cinnamon. You can just read through that. Wild orange, chamomile. Our antiviral. You got our cinnamon again. Our oregano, sandalwood, and more. We have antifungal, eucalyptus, lavender, etc. And we have mold. Wow, I think cinnamon is like 3 out of 4 list here. And and oregano too. So clove and thyme. So excellent oils. And so this recipe is actually, you can combine it with these ingredients. So like, for example, like it tells you to add baking soda. So just again, the cost, because the baking soda will scrubs and whiten, deodorize. And like, I went to Amazon and just look at a 16-ounce baking soda. It's about 97 cents for 16 ounce. So sometimes the recipe will only give you like, okay, just 1 tablespoon, 1 teaspoon. Now, borax. So although it's disinfectant, it kills germs, but I just want you to, it says there, although it is natural, borax is toxic when ingested and can cause skin irritation, so keep away from children, pets, and food preparation area. So I'd rather do like baking soda more than borax powder. So that's just my thought. So like your baking hydrogen peroxide is again all natural, and sanitizer for a 16 ounce of that is about $6.49. Liquid Castile soap, it can range about I don't know how big, but Amazon probably $12 to $16, I think. And it is called, it costs a lot of this Castile soap because it's a cleaning agent, it's vegetable based, and it biodegrades quickly. You can use your olive oil and salt and wild distilled vinegar. All right, let's start with lemon. Okay, who loves lemon? So let me see if you guys are still awake. Go to the message chat box and let me know where doTERRA lemon is being sourced at. So I can still see the chat there and see if you guys, I just want to double check if you're still awake. Anyway, all right. So where is doTERRA lemon sourced at? Okay, that's the question. Just write it down on the chat box. Now, properties of lemon are antibacterial, anti-cancer, antidepressant, antiseptic, and all the antis, okay, and also refreshing. It just smells so good. So when you diffuse it into your room, it neutralize the odor, and not only that, it lifts up your mood. Now, it's great for the kitchen appliances and stainless steel, and removes gum, goo. If you have that duct tape, I actually have somebody I know that after she had a blood drawn. She has that tape residue in her skin, and she's like, I've been trying to take it off. It's like, you have lemon oil, just put it there and scrub it off. And it's like, I can't believe it works so fast. Okay. I'll go back to that lemon. Hold on for a second, because it says here it's just really excellent, because aside from cleaning, you can actually put a drop of lemon, two teaspoon of honey, and just use it as a sore throat, relief. So you can take it internally with water, and this is a detoxification, so only lemon. I highly recommend doTERRA to take it internally because of the the certified pre-therapeutic grade on it. Okay, so household cleaning recipe. You got your soft scrub. Now, 3/4 rounded cup baking soda, and again gives you this Castile soap, a tablespoon of water, tablespoon of white vinegar, and 5 to 10 drops of lemon oil. So a drop of lemon was about 10 cents, so you're just 50 cents to $1 is your cost. So combine this with the baking soda and your Castile soap, and add a little bit of water and then the vinegar, and you go. You have until you get a soft paste. So you have a soft scrub recipe. Okay, we mentioned about this, your cost for how much is the oil. Household cleaning recipe, our window and mirror cleaner. So 1/8 cup of your vinegar and a cup of water. You have 10 to 15 drops of lemon, and then this. And if you have other scents that essential oil that you want to use, go for it. If you want to use, but preferably for window cleaner, you want to do citrus. So you get your wild orange or bergamot. So, and then you have that ability to try different oils. Now for furniture or stainless steel polish, you have your olive oil, 10 drops of lemon and wild orange, and then use the soft cloth to wipe them off. Now what I do is, if I kind of like have sprayers already right here, and I just fill them up, and they have the spritzers, so I already have those ready. I don't have to keep mixing. Okay, and that's just, I have them on my shower, just spray it down, and have the kids help you with your cleaning, and that it's safe for them, and they don't have to inhale harmful chemicals. Now, again, did anybody let me see if there's a comment about where lemon is. Well, lemon is actually, doTERRA lemon is actually sourced in Sicily, Italy. Okay, it's an Italian lemon. All right, here's another recipe for floor cleaner. We were talking about the baby's breathing zone is about 2 feet. So when you clean your floors, you can use a gallon of hot water, add your Castile soap, wild orange, and then 8 drops of lemon. Again, whatever oils you want to do. So, and you just mop your floors with it. Okay. And another recipe here is if you have wood floor, you can add, do 1/4 cup of olive oil and a 1/4 cup of vinegar, then 10 drops of essential oil. You can try wild orange or lemon, and then wipe the surface clean. All right, and now we do have, we have produce that we get, and some of, we shop a lot in our local farm. So we want to make sure it's clean before we put it in our refrigerator. And we use lemon oil, and then we just fill our sink with water, and 3 to 6 drops of your lemon essential oils, and 1 spoon of baking soda, and then you just soak it up for about 20 minutes, and soak what they call it, all produce, making sure all surfaces are covered, and soak for about 20 minutes. Don't soak soft fruit. So if you have soft fruit, just dip it and clean. Next one will be On Guard. Excellent blend for our doTERRA essential oil. You have your antibacterial properties, antiseptic, antifungal, and more. Now, if you just again diffuse it and to kill airborne pathogens, I have that sprayer bottle. And if I travel, I actually have an On Guard sprayers. So, because you never know. I mean, like, I just don't trust who cleans it before me. I just make sure, because it's just a lot of bacteria floating out there. And if I travel, I just make sure I enjoy where I'm going and not being sick. So I spray those areas and common areas, and also you can mix with coconut oil with the hands On Guard oil, and I usually put it on a roll-on, and that's kind of now my hand sanitizer. And what I find is that my hands is not chapped. You get dry skin, irritated skin, and then like sometimes it just you get I get a lot of just redness. Now my hands are soft and smooth. So not only that, aside from just using it for cleaning, you can just gargle it and morning and night, and just a protective rinse, and then it brings your immunity up. Now there's also a On Guard cleaning concentrate, and this is almost multi-purpose cleaner. This is a full 5 ml bottle of On Guard, so it's not toxic, it's biodegradable, and it's safe for family and environment. And so doTERRA has this none of the bad philosophy, meaning it does not contain artificial color, you don't have the DEA, formaldehydes, no parabens, no SLES, or SLS is, those are highly toxic, and the products are not tested on animals, so etc. So now the multi-purpose, I'm sorry, it's a little blurry, but for these you can just do 2 tablespoons in the water. That will be your multi-purpose cleaner. To use it in the laundry, you have 1 tablespoon plus the detergent. In the bathroom, you have 3 tablespoons plus 24 ounces of water. You can use it on your dishes to clean the dishes, such as dish soap. And look at the dilution, 1 tablespoon to a gallon of water. So this all-purpose cleaner goes a long way. And now our On Guard, including the laundry detergent, because although it sells wholesale for $24.50, I've used it over like close to 4 months, because you only need like a tablespoon in a load. So the On Guard detergent has it's highly concentrated, about 6 times laundry detergent. It uses the power of On Guard Protective Blend. So not only, being out there in the medical, providing medical care to a lot of sick people, and I know that my clothes are on guard. They are, all the the bad bacteria are being clean, and I don't have to worry about that. So it has a bio-originated enzyme, and it just smells so good. Now, and then let me see what else is in here. That about 64 loads in each bottle, so you only use 1 tablespoon in 1 load. So in a high efficiency dish washer. All right, it's also excellent for pre-treatment for stains. So I've used that a lot. All right, moving along, Purify. So at first I was not too excited about Purify, but as I visit people that smokes a lot, I just can't pick and choose who I see being in physical therapy home care. When I get out of their house, I just make sure that I put Purify on just to get that just smoke stain in my uniform. So it has antibacterial, antiseptic, deodorizing, also insecticide, purifying, sanitizing. So common uses, again, eliminate airborne pathogens, and you can actually do 3 to 5 drops in your laundry and on your dishwasher. So, and just an extra cleaning, on that. But also it's good for insect bites and stings. Now, basic laundry powder recipe. So if you have a bar of shaved fine grated soap, you can use your your grater, your cheese grater. So you can just grate that soap, and then a cup of borax, a cup of washing soda, a cup of baking soda. So 12 to 20 drops of purifier oil. So it ends up to about, you're spending about 86 cents to about $1.44 of essential oils. That is pretty cheap. That is really being a good steward for your money. It goes a long way. So you combine these ingredients well, airtight container, and you only use about 1 to 2 tablespoons per load. So each batch yields approximately 32 ounces. So between 32 to 64 loads, depending on how many tablespoons per load you are using. Again, you can substitute for any favorite essential oil. Okay, so we'll take, okay, and then fabric softener. So you have 1 gallon with pure vinegar, white vinegar. Use the Purify, 15 to 30 drops. Again, the cost is about $1.08 to $2.10 of your essential oil. Pour the essential oil into the bottle of vinegar. Add to the rinse cycle. Voila! Here's your favorite good fabric softener. Now, and from EWG, this is an environmental working group, excellent website, by the way. All right, it says here that most fabric softener and dryer sheets contain fragrances actually made up of hundreds of untested chemicals, including toxic ingredients such as phthalates, synthetic musks, so both suspected hormone disruptors. So fragrances are among the world's top 5 allergens. Don't use them. Okay, that's our warning there. Now, odor eliminator. So air or fabric sprays, just a glass bottle spray water. I kind of want to use the distilled water because I don't use it, finish the whole glass right away, and it's less chemical. I don't use much of the tap water because it has local tap water has chlorine in fluoride in it, so not good. So I use the essential oil again, and then you have such a excellent fabric spray. So another statement on the EWG: air fresheners and candles don't destroy odors, they just cover them up. So they also contaminate the air, exposing people to a host of undisclosed, untested, and potentially toxic substances, including those phthalates, synthetic musk, and allergens. Again, don't use them. Now, diffusers. Okay, so why do we diffuse? It kills germs in the air, it opens our airway, and not only that, it affects our mood, lifts us our mood, including depression. So there are actually a lot of type of diffusers out in the market. Now this is one of the more, I see this a lot, but I also uses this in my room. It actually covers about 150 square foot. And then and it has a turn off light, and also the mist, and it's about 3 hours, and you put water in there, and it shuts off, automatic shut off, and when the water's low. So there's other ones here. I do have these available as well, the Aromalizer, although it's smaller if you look at it, but it has a bigger capacity, which is about 350 square foot. Okay, and I think it's about 4 hours on that. Now, this kind of like the one on the left, which is a smaller one. These are kind of like at the industrial size type of diffuser. If you see Vanderbilt Hospital diffusing essential oil because they were doing some testing on their doing research on effects on the mood using essential oils, so they can actually test the parameters of the time, the how long it will take, and how much diffusing it will go out. Okay, so again, you have a lot of choices of diffusers, but if you're interested of those other diffusers, just contact me. I have them available. All right, customized pest controls. Okay, here in Florida, we are actually in the bug season now. So, oh, I'm sorry, I went too fast. So these are, you can just put this mix to about 8 ounces of water and your half tablespoon of natural soap and your 12 drops of essential oils from this chart right here below. So make sure you shake them well first and the oil is mixed. Okay? And then, now for ants, ants doesn't like peppermint. So add a line to the window or your door sills, and if not, you put it on your spritzer, just spritz. Okay? Clingers, you got your lavender and lemongrass, your thyme. They don't like those. Fleas, okay, especially with animals. Lavender, lemon, peppermint. Mosquitoes, so I should probably spray right in front of my front door. So before we come in and out, it's just a lot of mosquitoes here in Florida. Your roaches, you have your eucalyptus, spiders, peppermint, and ticks. All right. Now, okay, so how to buy doTERRA. So we actually have two options. One, you can buy retail, and then the next one is buy wholesale. So this is the most popular because we all like to have discount price. So if you do a wholesale membership, you actually have about 25% off for the retail price. You actually have a personal account. You get the magazine quarterly, and I love that because it gives me recipes too. So, and you have the option to share doTERRA and make money, and might require you to maintain like 100-point value. But again, when you think about you're going to change your medicine cabinet to a natural medicine cabinet slowly every month, you're doing something, and you got to test the product and be a testimony of the product, be the product of the product. So if you pay the enrollment fee of $35, the kit is waived. If you get a kit, the $35 is waived. That's what I meant. So let's get started. So there's actually different kits here. Your common ones are your physician kit, your cleansing, and home essential kit. And then the most very popular one is the natural solution kit because it has already have your diffuser, you have your On Guard cleaning supplies there. And I like that box. It keeps my oils organized. And actually, if you plan to participate on their loyalty reward program, I will explain that a little bit later. This will bump you to a 15%. Aside from the 25% that you have off from doTERRA every month in doTERRA, if you order an auto ship, you will get percentage. So your first 3 months will be 10, the next 3 months will be 15. It caps to about 35% on top of the 25%. So this is kind of like the best value out there. And again, if you do the natural solution, if you do a 100-point value next month, they actually give you a 100-point value of that you can spend. So the reason that doTERRA does a point value system, because the company is international, so they don't have to, so it has points per product. But pretty much oil to oil is equal to value. Like if your wholesale is lemon oil for about $10, they give you 10 points for that. Or that's the value of the product. And then like for example the toothpaste. Although the toothpaste might cost about $8, they give you a $5 point value because it's not a pure oil. So these are not there's everything, every oil kit available and a diamond kit available. And the diamond kit actually, or every oil kit bumps you up to 20%. The diamond kit bumps you up to 25%. All right, let's continue to learn together. So locally in Viera, I would just invite you, if you're in the Melbourne, Brevard area, please join us in our team. You don't have to be part of our team, but yes, last week we have somebody from Tennessee, from another team that came to join us. And so that was a blessing for us because we want to continue to empower everyone. And the 24th, we're going to do a business builder, and we have another separate group for the introduction to essential oils. But on March 31st, we're actually doing perfume and cologne making event. So there's a cost for that, but it's no obligation to buy. It's just participate, learn, and you'll get the recipes for the perfume and cologne. All right. Actually, that's for March, and now coming up is April. So I will be getting some vacation time. So I have 3 classes coming up. On April 16th, it will be Healthy Kids all year long. So just check out Facebook or my homepage, therapyourOils.com, and it will be on a class section. This will be listed both. We have not completed our April live schedule yet, but this is the virtual class coming up. So Renee Jones-Lawson is a licensed esthetician, and she's going to do natural skincare using doTERRA products. So put that in your calendar. We're going to do mood management with essential oils on the 30th. So lots more, and there a lot of recorded class available for our resources. So March promo. And I think I'm going to focus on the right and the left because the middle one is already done. This is the product of the month. Again, if you're a member of doTERRA, you can avail to the product of the month. But any 200-point value order between now till the end of the month, you'll get Deep Blue and Deep Blue Rub for free. And on your left side, we were talking about the On Guard dispenser foaming hand wash. It comes with 2 dispensers. And these are 10% off. All right, so kind of like the March, what do you call that? Whoop. So when you do a kit, like for example, the Home Essential Kit, it'll cost $275. It gives you 225-point value. So you have a free 200. You have a free Deep Blue and Deep Blue Rub, which is about $80 in savings. Plus the kit, you're saving another $80. So really, really excellent month to be part of doTERRA. Okay, so that's the free for the month. Again, while taking matters in our hands, we have green recipes. And what I like is that I know what I'm putting in. I know all the ingredients, what I'm mixing, and not just, be blindsided. Is so, okay, it says green. It's a green, we call cleaner, but they don't disclose all the information. So it's very, very important to really, really look at ingredients as much as possible. Start making your own cleaning recipes. All right, and pretty much the question is, why do I use doTERRA essential oils? Because I have confidence that every oil I get from doTERRA is safe, pure, and no toxins, no pesticides, no contaminants. And all doTERRA is testing every liter of the oil they sell. If you actually look at the bottom of the oil itself, the bottle, you see numbers in there. So they actually, be able to track the oils and when they were tested and been able to be distributed. So also the company's founders are very transparent, and you'll see them a lot, coming up with a spring tour in Florida. Just go to, if you can just Google Spring Tour doTERRA 2015, and you will see founders, executives of doTERRA giving, this, being the presenter. Just meet them, go there, and they're very approachable. And they're always their availability to us is just incredible, being now a billion-dollar company. And actually, it's about like 1.8 wellness advocate now all over the world. So now I know that doTERRA oils are sourced where the plant are indigenous, and it's not just from local farms. And the company is debt-free and doesn't need to cut corners on testing and sourcing. So so I want really like the best for my family, and since we are just a special case because we have my husband has autoimmune disease. The more I expose him with chemicals the more he gets a reaction to it. And I'm just so thankful that doTERRA came along our way and just giving us a lot of options. So again, this is my website, TerraPureOils.com, and just gives you a little, these are, you go to why doTERRA if you need to learn more about the company. If you want to shop and to test the product first, you can just shop it and have it delivered directly to you. We do have a promotion listed here. This is says here events, but we actually change it to classes. So people have going to be a list of the classes over there, virtual and live, and even class in the box. Some of the videos are there. And this is very important to us. Contact us. I need to get some information on, what classes do you want to have for us to have accessible. So those are the things that I would want to get input or any recommendations. So again, this is our, and there's more. So let me just show you quickly the website, okay, because it's not only the, okay, let me just go through the website quickly. This is the live website now you're looking at. So here you go, classes, right here. And if you go click on that, obviously we still have our March calendar there. Okay, we update them. And then these are the virtual class. And then if you actually click on this leaf, it will bring you to the meeting wall on the start meeting. Okay? And what I want to show, okay, we have a question about Purify. So go to the home page, okay? And then on the home page, you're actually oil and oil blends. Okay, so you click that. Alicia was asking about what is in Purify. Now, okay, I think there are, let me see if I need to, okay, why is it, so usually we're able to, it's an error. Okay, here you go. Sorry about that. I don't know why it is, but what happened, but it actually gives you individual oil. Let's say first lemon. Okay, because we talked about lemon a lot tonight. So you want to learn more about lemon, click on that, and it gives you the properties of lemon, antibacteria, common uses, what do you use, what's the compounds of this oil. Okay, so excellent, and this is actually based on doTERRA essential oil, so the sourcing of this oil is in Italy. Okay, so that is your oil, and then let's look at Purify. So I think Purify has Melaleuca, so that was the question of Alicia. So Purify is, let me see, it should be in Cleansing Blend. Okay, let's check on Cleansing Blend. Okay, so bug bites, cuts, wound, disinfects, citronella grass. Oh, this might be the TerraShield. I'm sorry. Okay. So the TerraShield too is excellent for, instead of using your the bug spray, this is excellent to use. So let me see. Let's try the protective blend is your repellent blend. I'm kind of like double. Okay, so the blend includes amyris bark, your balsam, catnip plant, cedarwood, citronella, eucalyptus, gannet, absolute, rose, sandalwood, Hawaiian sandalwood. So this is another way to just look at the ingredient of each blend. Repellent now is the TerraShield. I'm sorry, we were right. It was the cleansing blend is a Purify. I'm sorry, because I think if you look at the bottle too, it will tell you about the names of it that coincide. Like for example, our deep blue will be soothing blend. Okay, so right here you click on that and you get more information. So I'm just showing these to all of you so that you'll be familiar. And let me see. Let me just minimize these, and I'll just open up for more questions.